Welcome back for more science. I'm your host, Boston PhD. Joining me as always is Dr. Moonpier.
Please, guidance.
Science. This time we're looking to scientifically figure out where City of Beats sits on our list of the best roguelikes of all time. Almost got through that in the first try. I didn't. We're here to talk about our final thoughts of the game. I ask the question we ask every month, if we're going to keep playing the game after we're done with it on the show or not, and then we'll figure out where it sits on our list here. Moon, why don't you start us off here? Oh, before we start this, I want to remind everybody, FTL Faster Than Light from 2012 is our next game here. So if you want to play that along with us, FTL from 2012. All right, Moon, take it away.
Oh, yes, I would probably keep playing this. I
Okay.
think that I don't have a whole lot left to do in it, to be completely honest.
Sure.
Which is, the beauties of having a shorter game for once,
Yeah.
we will say. Um, I think it's a pretty solid game. Like it controls well, it feels well, like it's really nice to uh to play. Like it works super well both on my actual PC and also on my Ally, which is the
Nice.
way I was primarily playing it. Like I think it's a genuinely cool little game.
Yeah. Yeah, I agree. This is why I like us doing this every once in a while on the show of like we found a game that seems to have gotten overlooked. I think when you had
Mhm.
proposed it on the show, game came out in 2023. I think you had found the Steam reviews were less than 50, I believe, which is a
I think they were at like 19 at the
okay,
time.
yeah, yeah. It was fairly low, and I thought, but that sounds like a game that we should check out on the show of something that seems like a cool idea, like a rhythm-based twin stick roguelite. Um, and we'll just check it out and see how it goes. And I really liked this. I think my probably biggest not frustration, not criticism. I don't know. Games on the default difficulty is, I think, a smidge too hard at the beginning.
Hmm.
Um, I think the developer putting the damage reduction assistance stuff in the options, 25% and 50%, I think was huge. As soon as I turned on 25%, I felt like not every run was going to be like a guaranteed victory, but I felt like I had a much bigger fighting chance, and I that made me feel a lot better about the game overall. Um, but the rest of it, I thought the shooting felt great. I thought it controlled really nicely. Um, I like the size of each arena. I love the design of each of the three different areas. You have the city, you have the kind of underwater waves one, you have the sandy area. Um, I like that each run felt once you got your feet under you, each run felt like it was just long enough, but never really felt like you said. Not one of the longest games we've played, which is often a good thing. It's not like, all right, this run of the game is going to take you 6 hours. I've been playing Darkest Dungeon 1 lately, and that's very much that game of like, okay, this run is going to take you 45 hours. Tuck in, let's get going. And it's not even one of those ones where a run's going to take you an hour, which I greatly appreciate. I think this game is cool, and I think most importantly for a game like this, the soundtrack is really good, which I think
Yes.
this game would
And the
live
fact
or
that each
die on.
different weapon like has a different soundtrack to it as well
Yep.
is like top notch.
Yeah, because if anyone hasn't played it, you have the kind of like bass level music that plays in every. There's like a different one for every area, but then everything that you do, your weapon firing, your using your skills, everything that the enemies do, both of those play additional. music on top of the base level music. So I think once you get into it, the track that's getting built through your gameplay and through the actions of the enemy feels really good. And
Yeah.
like we were talking about over the last month, you start recognizing the audio cues of enemies too as they're sort of winding up to shoot a shot. Those shielded enemies in the first area are kind of your first
Uh-huh.
big thing of like, oh, they don't fire when I think they should. They fire half a second later. But if I'm listening to it, I can get it here. um to answer the big question of the month, I probably won't keep playing this, but like I
You
said,
played a lot of this game though.
yeah, like I said last week, I feel like I got everything when I was doing challenge 2 for in the challenge mode. That for me was too hard, and I could probably beat it if I continue to invest in the meta progression stuff. Um, I think I could get to the point where I could get strong enough or hardy enough or upgrade my skills enough, etc., etc. But I feel like at this point, I've finished the game a couple of times. I've tried the challenge mode. I kind of have seen, I've tried all the weapons. I've kind of seen what I have wanted to see, which I think is great. We don't always get an opportunity to say that on this show. Usually it's sort of like,
We almost never do, bro. Come
yeah,
on.
like we're certainly never finishing any of these games, almost never. Um, but it's nice to sort of say like, yeah, I saw everything in this game, or at least everything that I really wanted to, which I think is super cool. All right, let's talk about putting this in the giant list of the best roguelikes of all time. We talked about this before the show, and we're going to start at number 50 here. If you want to see the list as we go through it, please go check out weroguelikeit.com for the very list we're looking at right now. All right, is City of Beats better than Solitarica, the old Solitarica?
I think so because I think the biggest problem that Solitarica had with it was not proc gen or random runs. It was
Right,
all the same run every single time, and like that is my biggest annoyance with that game. I think it's a genuinely great game
it
though. Like,
really
yeah,
is.
go play that game.
Yeah,
But
it's more of a puzzle game than a roguelite, I think.
yes,
Yeah, I agree with you. Is City of Beats better than 20XX? That is a game I have not thought about for a while.
I think so. I have more fun with City of Beats.
Yeah, I did for sure. It's interesting because
Um,
City City of Beats seems like it would have the same, I don't want to call it a problem, the same limitations that 20XX did, which was there are so few weapons in 20XX that a lot of your runs felt very similar. But there's something about City of Beats that feels like it kind of overcomes that. I'm not sure if it's because how fast it moves or what, but I agree with you. I had a
mhm.
lot more fun with City of Beats than I had with 20XX. Is City of Beats better
Yeah.
than The Legend of Bumbo Classic? We haven't talked about City or Legend of Bumbo Classic here for a little bit, because we haven't talked about kind of this section of the list for a little bit. We played Legend of Bumbo when it was fairly freshly released before they kind of did a whole
Mhm.
revamp on the game some months or years after release. So uh, we're kind of judging Legend of Bumbo on the the phase that we played it in, which was the release phase.
Yes.
Um,
And yes.
yeah, City of Beats somehow is easier than Legend of Bumbo Classic.
Mhm.
Is City of Beats better than Turnip Boy Robs a Bank?
I like Tana Boy, but I think like that is a very short experience.
Yeah,
Like I think it's a good game. It's a fun game, but like we think City of Beats is short. Tana Boy robs a bank is considerably shorter.
right. I think by design from that studio, I think they're making games that are very focused, much shorter experiences. But yeah, I agree with you. Oh boy, is City of Beats better than Slay the Spire? Reminder, maybe for anyone that hasn't listened to that season in a while, or maybe is a new listener, we like card-based deck-building roguelikes. Slay the Spire, for one reason or another, just did not click
Didn't
with
click.
either one of us. It's not a bad game. Again, we are very the games that we really didn't like are at the bottom of this list at weroguelikeit.com. But Slay the Spire is definitely not a bad game. Just did not click with us in any form or fashion.
I had more fun with this than Slay the Spire.
Yeah, this one's a pretty easy one for me. We'll play Slay the Spire 2 at some point once it's in 1.0. I'm really curious now that we have had a lot more experience playing more deck builders. I'm really curious to see if Slay the Spire 2 clicks with us. Tune into a future season. City of Beats better than Griftlands? Yes.
Is Griftlands a roguelike? No. Is City of Beats a better roguelike? Yes.
Yeah, like Griftlands is as much a roguelike as Darkest Dungeon 1 is, where it's like, yeah, it's a roguelike, but each run is incredibly long. So, I'm just going to put it above there. Is City of Beats better than Despot's Game? Which I just realized here I misspelled. It's not Depot's Game, it's Despot's Game.
I mean, if you want to talk about one of the hardest, most annoying games I've ever played, then let's talk about Despot's Games. Yes, I did go for the full achievement grind on that, and oh boy, was that a nightmare.
Yeah, Despot's Game's a game I really love, and I really remember fondly. But when I go back to I'll check it out every couple of months and be like, yeah, maybe I can play some Despot's Game. That game's really great. I play it, especially the console version, and I go, oh, boy. Oh, okay. I really wish I had a keyboard and mouse for this guy, and this game is a little bit mean. All right, I'm just going to delete Despot's Game.
A little bit mean, bro? It's extremely mean.
It's very happy to ruin a run for no reason. So I think City Beats goes above it.
I think so.
Is City Beats better than Crown Trick? I liked Crown Trick a lot.
I definitely prefer City of Beats to Crown Trick. Crown Trick is so complicated despite it being turn-based.
Yeah. It's definitely the most roguelike versus roguelite thing. Like, Crown Trick is the dyed-in-a-wool roguelike. But it is like... it's one of those games that's basically like, yeah, you get everything at the beginning. Good luck. Just take your time. Learn from the mistakes. But yeah, I think City Beats is over Crown Trick.
Yeah, I think so.
Is City of Beats better than Spelunky? Spelunky 1. We haven't played Spelunky 2 on the show quite yet. I'm going to say yes. I've had more fun. Spelunky 1 is, again, a classic for a reason, but a classic that, like Slay the Spire, did not click with me, or at least not in the way that I was expecting it to. I had a lot more fun playing City of Beats than I did Spelunky.
I did too. And I think Spelunky is one of those cornerstone games where it's like, hey, this is how the genre became the craze that it is these days, is this kind of game.
Yeah. All right, I'll put it above Spelunky here. Oh boy. Is City of Beats better than Descenders? Two kind of similar feeling games, like a small team is making a passion project game that is harder than it seems on the surface.
And for those of you who might be new, I'm a Descenders fanboy.
Yeah.
I have played a lot of Descenders.
Descenders is really good. If you haven't played Descenders, it still is and probably will forever be on Game Pass. You should just go check it out. Spend a couple of hours with it. It's really good.
Yeah, and it's so much better now. Like the condition that game is in now is
Yeah.
like 50 times better than it was when we played it, where you got stuck in menus frequently during that.
Yeah, I sure did. That's my. I should be a
Like
QA tester. I have a real knack for it.
I'm torn here because like I go listen to me talk about Descenders like throughout the history of the show. Like
Yeah.
I have put my time into Descenders.
I'm
Okay. So
okay.
I'm gonna pull my Doctor Who thing here. Actually, let you go first.
Well,
You go
I'm
first.
having a really hard time too because I feel like spiritually these games are really similar, and I had a lot of fun with both of them, and I like Descenders a lot, and I feel like the more time I spend chewing on Descenders, the more that I like it. Um,
Hmm.
so I'm kind of having a hard time here. We don't do ties on the show.
Yes.
So my knee jerk is to have it stop here. Have City Beats stop here under Descenders. And I'll turn the mic over
Okay.
to you.
I can get behind that. I What I was gonna say was I think that City of Beats is probably a better game than Descenders,
Yeah, I would agree with that.
but I like Descenders more.
Yeah. For that, like, undefinable thing of, like,
Hmm.
I like this game, a little bit more than I like this other game that I also really liked. That's the hard part about this list sometimes is you can look at some of these games like, yeah, this is better, moved up, 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 up. And then you get to that, like, one game or that kind of, like, patch of games where you're like, oh, they're all really good. Boy, I don't know where to put this. So I think
Hmm.
that's where this stops at number 42, which again, we have this is the 76th game we have here on this list. Remember, some games didn't make it into the list for bug related reasons. Um, but I think that's a really great spot for this game to be. And congratulations to the team here for getting on the infallible list of the greatest roguelikes of all time. Again, and check that out for yourself with your own eyeballs at weroguelikeit.com. Quick plug here again for our next game. We're going to be playing FTL Faster Than Light for the next month. If you want to turn on the advanced edition stuff, you can. If you don't want to turn that on, that's up to you. I really don't think it's going to make a huge difference, other than you'll miss some of the new optional objectives that you get some brand new writing for in that one. So I would recommend turning it on, but maybe that's up to however you're playing it. All right, I think that's it. We'll see you all next run. Bye.
Oh boy.